Welcome to Chapter 3 of Spires and Hildegard. Once again, warning that this is going to contain spoilers for one potential storyline. And if you haven't checked out Chapter 1 and 2, you should check those out first. But if you want something spoiler-free, check out my How to Play review. We pick up this episode having been given a task to deliver a mysterious package to Spire Crest. We managed to go through the forest, and we chose the shorter, more dangerous path because we were lured by potential loot. We've had a few adventures, encountered some wildlife, and managed to escape from an avalanche through a flying basket. We are now at a city where we can get some rest, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. You wake to the gentle sound of pattering rainfall on the outside of the basket. Basket we ended up referring to like a shelter. Wet, tired, and hungry, you wrestle your way through the brush to the north entrance of Crow's Fall. A guard greets you. "State your business." "I'm here to find passage to Seacrest." She looks over with little interest. "Be quick about it. All steamers leave by noon," she says, bored. Before you can say anything more, she's moved on to another weary traveler. So it's asking me, do you have the black or red bag? Pull card 205 for the black bag, 206 for the red. I have both. So one of them was bad, I probably shouldn't have. Okay, empty the bag. It's filled with ash. Upon pouring it out, you find some gold. I gained 5 gold. I actually have quite a bit of gold now. I lose 1 feat. I don't have a feat to lose. On the next face-off, the player who carries the Vogg's Curse has flub for the encounter. Then discard the verdict stress. So let's put this here because it's ongoing. These are both have ongoing effects. Okay, so red bag. So that's the correct bag. I don't know how I was supposed to know which one was the correct bag, but you open the red bag. It's stuffed with odds and ends. Most of it's junk except for a key at the bottom with a small inscription on the handle. Crow's Hill Vault number 218. Discard the red bag, and then I put the vault key in my inventory. I have all sorts of junk. I've got a vault key, which sounds great. A bunch of fish that I caught to give me better dice. Some animal pelts from hunting that I'm assuming I'll be able to sell later. Silver cap mushrooms, again, sell, maybe eat. Fishing rod for more fishing, which I don't know if I need to do. Any more slingshot, which was great for combat at the beginning, but now I have, for some reason, the fish is better. It's improved my combat ability. But whatever. So we're continuing on to 207. I do remember that at the beginning of my quest, one of the NPCs did warn me that I should approach the town from the south side, and this is from the north, so maybe I'll get a chance to go around. There's less security on the south, apparently. But I'm not attacking the town, so I don't know how much it matters. I could always pull up my notes, aka let's just enter it from the south side. Pull the following 29 cards in 6 numerical groups. So 208 through 210, 211 through 212, 213 and 214. The vault I want to go into, because I have that key. 215 through 219. Oh, 229, sorry. 230 through 232. 233 through 236. You can go back over here. These groups represent 6 locations of interest. Reveal a card from any location deck. You can move to a new location at any time, or go back to continue the latest card revealed in any location, if that card allows. There's a limited number of cards you can reveal depending upon cards you came from. So 202, I only get 9 cards to reveal. 201 would have been the best with 10 cards, which I'm assuming would have required me to come from the south. And I do remember, like, when I was getting in the basket, there was a thing that I could have pulled a lever to change which direction I came from. There is a limited number of cards. Blah, blah, blah. Once you are out of options or reach your card limit, discard all locations and proceed to 237. Do not discard any unrevealed cards from the location till you have reached your limit. Okay. So we'll put that aside. Okay, so we're going to start through this. So there's a lot of options. I can go to the Rusty Pint, the Town Square, Crow Society, the Vault, Street Fair, or Atrium. Now, the only thing I have any indication of is the Vault. I have that key for the Vault, so I definitely want to start with the Vault. So that'll be my... So I have... Let's do this. I have 9 spots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I'll do it the other way around. For each card I draw, I'm going to discard a cube. They said to add a cube, but I think it's easier to count if I discard each time I draw one. Here at the south end of town, there's a tall building with a barred window. A stern man with a hooked nose is seated behind it. Naturally, you stroll up for a chat. "Don't bother me unless you have a vault key," he says. I can give him Vogg's vault key and read the next one. So I have to discard one more of these. That's none. Brace yourself. You hand the teller your key. In a few moments, he brings something wrapped in cloth. You open it to reveal a lovely set of bracers. Discard Vogg's vault key and place the marksman's bracers in your inventory. Okay, so that goes in my inventory. I got some nice bracers. So I'm guessing that's going to help me later in combat or something I can trade to like a soldier or something for some benefits. So that's 2 things gone. Vault is all set. Now I can either go to the Street Fair, Atrium, Town Square, Crow Society, or the Rusty Pint. There's a lot of things I can do with the Rusty Pint. Nice thick deck. Although Vox said something about crows being poisoned. It sounded like they were talking about the crows that I fought earlier. It could be something to do with Crow Society too. So maybe I want to avoid the Crow Society. Street Fair, Atrium, Town Square. Town Square might give me some more information on where I should be going. I also want to check my starter card. I think I still need to continue on at the end. So basically, this is a stop to get to Seacrest. Once I'm at Seacrest, my advice was I have no real clues on what to do, so I will go to the town center. Draw Town Square. Crow Falls Town Square is bustling with activity. Farmers and traders from all corners of the realm are selling wares and exotic goods. So I don't have fast oaths requests, so I don't think I can do that one. Would like to shop around. Yeah, let's just go shop around. You feel something brush from behind. If successful, so a pickpocket tries to pickpocket me. Wow, this is not likely to be seen. I need 3 successes. I need 2 dice with 3 sets. Okay, so it's 1 success already. And I get to roll my wild dice. Oh, no. But I have to lose one of these because of that. So that's no successes. So that's first attempt. Whoa, those don't count. So I can't possibly Okay, there's one success out of 2 rolls. Yeah, this is not possible. Okay. So I lose a gold. If you're unsuccessful, lose gold. If you have no gold, you must remove an item from your inventory. Can't be the mischarged package, slingshot, or boomerang. Didn't get a boomerang. Okay, so that was a fail. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have taken those from there. So I've done 1, 2, 4 locations. That was Town Square. That did not really get me much. Let's go to Street Fair. Spend another one of these. Salt and Spit. You there, Crackerjack. Can you defeat the Nya of the river? See if you have what it takes. 1 shot, 1 gold. If you succeed, you will be rewarded with my famous salty nuts. Smell them. Take a whiff. You ready? You wipe the spit up from your cheek. His sales pitch came a little too close. Behind him are shabby wooden targets hanging on ropes. There's a pool, so it doesn't actually cost me a thing, so spend a gold. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 gold left. Okay. At least I don't think that would cost me a time, per se. So I get 4 of these dice. I need 2 hits. Let's put these over here out of the way. Those are potential. Let's re-roll these 3. That's a potential. Let's roll these 2. Lock that in. Okay, that's 1 success. Then I roll the wild dice. And I fail, so I get nothing. So that's done. I still have 4 more visits I can do. I guess Atrium seems like something that's doable with my remaining visits. I have the Silvercap Mushroom. Inside the atrium, you marvel at the exotic plants from distant land. A bald-tattooed man with a shovel is planting some small trees. He gives you a quick wave. Give Silvercap Mushroom if required. Well, I need to spend one of these. What have you got there? A Silvercap? You keep it, but be careful. They'll put you in a state. Don't go eating one and then try to pilot a steamer. You're not sure what he's hinting at? It might fetch a reasonable price, and that's all you care about. Gain 1 marksmanship. This one's not useful, because I need the sapling for that one, which I never got. Okay, so Rusty Pint it is then, with 2 more pools. You enter the Rusty Pint. The place looks empty. Hello, still serving breakfast, you ask? A small man pops up from behind the bar. I'm running low on ingredients. Those pirates ate everything I have. I'm closing up till tomorrow. That is, unless you have something we can cook. I haven't eaten myself. I might have something here. You start fumbling through your bag. Okay. I have 2 options that apply to me. I don't have the burnt bat meat, but I do have the hawk or pheasant egg. And the Silvercap. Silvercap, bad to eat, though. So, pheasant egg, I can go on to 216. There's 3 options here, and a lot of cards. So I'm thinking the mushroom might have led to a lot of different things. A lot of wild night, basically. A fine egg indeed. This will do the trick. He disappears into the kitchen. Minutes later, he comes out with 2 delectable plates of scrambled eggs. The 2 of you share a meal in peace. When you're finished, the man holds out his hand and shakes it firmly. Mid-shake, he grasps you by the wrist. Always extend your fingers like this. You shake again. Good. You're going to be okay. Wear this while you're in town. He hands you a brooch with a red bird on it. Place the red bird into your inventory and discard hawk or feather. Hawk or pheasant egg. So, red bird brooch, and I learned a handshake. Pheasant egg is gone. I am out of progress, so I have no more town actions. These all go away, and I continue on to the next card. Window shopping. As you head toward the harbor, you notice an item in this shop window. Sitting in front and center on display is an impressive-looking slingshot. Maybe you can squeeze in one more stop. Okay, I have a slingshot. Maybe it's a better slingshot. We'll see. Let's go check it out. Although you are running short of time, you stop by the local trading post. Here you can purchase and sell goods. Pool cards 285 through 287. I think this was a worthwhile stop since I have plenty of money. If you own the members only buckler, you're able to get 3 golds off each item purchased. I do not have the members only buckler, so no discount. So I have 3 things I can buy, a few things I can sell. I don't know, the Twilight Squirrel Pelt I can sell for 2 gold. Don't know if it would be worth it. How much are these? Wow, 15 gold, 10 gold, 10 gold, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 10 gold right now. Use any combination of target, or bullseye combinations on target or face-off. This conventional can only be used for 1 bullseye per target. So basically the Clairvoyance Orb, great for combat. I can basically use any rolls to get a bullseye. Sorry. Renewer Orb. On the initial roll on a target or face-off, you have option to re-roll all shot dice. The Renewer Orb can only be used once per target or face-off. Discard the Renewer Orb after 3 uses. Okay, both of these are 3 use only. I kind of like the Clairvoyance Orb more. Okay, Fall Slingshot I can't afford unless I sell things. Hildegard gets Hone on the first set of each Archer's Strike. This ability can only be used on Archer Strike of Chapter 4. So I get an extra dice. I don't know why it specifies that any wild shot acquired can be used, because normally you can use any wild shot dice, right? Unless I missed something in the rules, which at this point, that would suck. So that's not clear. That bugs me a little bit. So it doesn't say at any point that once I have acquired the wild shot, whether I can use it or not. It doesn't say you can't use it, so I assumed we could. But this is implying that technically I couldn't use those, even though as I acquired the wild shots, I couldn't use it unless I have this particular slingshot. You must roll 1 wild shot die. You can have up to 4 wild shot dice to choose from depending on which one you discovered. 1 wild shot can be rolled and any result, so it doesn't say that. This definitely implies that you can roll any of your wild shot that you've discovered. I could technically sell some stuff. I'm not sure if I need this brooch anymore. I have a few things I could sell. I could sell the pelt for this pelt for 2 gold. Again, I don't know if it's something I'm going to need later. I've never used this enchanted Boda bag. There's a lot of stuff here I was like, okay, I got, but I've never seen a use for. Maybe I'll see a use for, or maybe I missed my chance to use them. I think the Twilight Squirrel Pelt may be something that really this is giving me a chance to sell it because I can't use it anymore. Same thing with the brooch that I just got. I may have had to go to the Crows Society to actually use that brooch. So it may not be useful anymore. Actually, yeah, that's quite possible. So selling it for 5 gives me 15. I bought either slingshot. I'm going to set it here because it has an ongoing effect. Now I will sell the squirrel pelt for 2 gold. Wolf whistle I didn't buy, so I could have resold those for 1 gold and would have spent 2 or 3. Laura's ring I don't have. Feathered cap, nope. That's it. That's the only things I can sell. Especially won't let me sell the mushroom since it's talked about that being worth a fair amount of money to sell, potentially. So I have 2 gold left, nothing I can buy. So these are done. That discount would have been great, but okay, so race to the harbor, 239. The harbor. Despite a solid effort, you arrive at the harbor a moment too late. This last steamboat has left. Wait, you yell, but it's no use. The boat's engines is loud, and there's no way they can hear you. You need to find a way onto the boat. Beside you is a rowboat, too wide for 1 person to row. A few paces away is the harbor main line of defense, a row of catapults set to strike invaders by water. The soldiers assigned to his post is asleep on the job. Get in the catapult. I don't really have a choice. For 1 player, I have to get in the catapult. If I was 2 players, I could get in the rowboat. So getting into the catapult. So this sounds like a bad idea, but don't have a whole lot of options. Okay, accuracy 3. Excellent decision, you think, as you sit in the basket tethered to a boulder. The catapult lever is next to you to the snoozing Crow Falls soldier. You're going to need a powerful shot to activate it. I get 3 dice. I need 2 hits, but I have 2 attempts. Okay, none of these dice count towards it. Okay, reroll these 2. Okay, there's 1. Then I get to roll my wild dice. And I can change that. That's not going to really help. Okay, so that was 1 attempt. Attempt number 2. I will lock that one in. Okay, I locked that one in. Yes, and I'll roll this just for the sake of it. Nothing. But I got my 2 successes. It is a hit. I continue on to 242. With luck you don't deserve, your shot knocks the lever down, catapults you into the air. Air surfing with absolute precision, you land softly in the ballastnik on the boat. The ballastnik? I don't know what that word is. On the steamboat's port side. It defies reason or plausibility, but you're alive, uninjured, and aboard the steamboat. Well done. Madeline the Mad. I was told, well, it says Madeline, but I was told Madeline the Mad was somebody to be careful about. You approach a riverboat captain. Miss, I am looking for a ride to Seacrest. I'm in no mood for your company on the river today. You're taking me, you say, then wish you hadn't. Oh, really? Her ferret snarls, poised to attack. Shoot the ferret or show your note of the steamboat ticket, if required. I have to shoot the ferret. That sounds like bad. What? No, I don't really have good choices here. Why would I shoot the ferret? The ferret. Accuracy 3, so I roll 3 dice. Madeline is surprised to see you draw your weapon. However, she doesn't seem overly concerned. So if I get... So that I can keep. These 2 I have to re-roll. And that's 1 success. That one, I really can't do anything with it. So, but... Okay, so I got 2 hits. So I get a bonus for getting 2 hits when I only needed 1. So I am successful. I go on to 250. Fishy business. You snap off a loose warning shot. The ferret catches the pebble in its teeth and drops it in Madeline's open palm. To your surprise, Madeline begins to laugh. Didn't tell me that was a warning shot, but okay. You got spunk. Like that. Well, you're here and I could use a hand with a few things. I'll let you tag along, but if I catch you doing anything fishy, I'll toss you overboard. Just place this moment in your inventory and go to 252. River Leisure. This is a great spot to fish, Madeline suggests. You can fish if you have a fishing pole, which I do. Madeline offers you a whistle cricket and a stinkworm. So I get these two types of bait. Let's put this up here for now. Okay, so first one. Roll 3 dice. There's 1 hit. That's all I need. And I do have the right cube for that, which I already have a gold wild shot. A worthy catch indeed. Consuming the whistling trout brings you dexterity, so that's why it's giving me wild dice. All players can now use the gold wild dice shot. Oh, why am I using the gold? The blue is supposed to be the better one. Remember, during a face-off, only 1 wild dice shot may be rolled between 2 players. So I get... That's another extra gold wild shot, which I don't need. But whatever. Okay, so this one... None of these are useful. That one's potentially useful. Okay, I got my... Well, technically I still have to roll this. And I should have rolled it for the last one. Okay. You wheel in a strange artifact. As you hold the object, it glows warm. The heat intensifies until you are forced to drop it. A series of loud pops and the oddity explodes into a cloud of dust. The device has vanished. Lose 1 feet of marksmanship, then discard the device. I lose this. Well, that's not good. Okay, so that was my fishing. Shopping's done. Now I can either chat with Madeline, or if I have trail mix, which I do, I can go to 255. Riverboat Chores is the other one. Okay, 255 always seems good to use what the beneficial things you have. Snacks and tickles. Typically a critter like this would mean one thing, a potential pelt for trade and gold in your pocket, but this one seems different. You offered a handful of snacks, the ferret sips and leaps onto your shoulder. The fur tickles the back of your neck. Discard salty nuts or trail mix. So trail mix. A moment with a ferret, so that goes into my inventory, and I continue on to 256. Do my chores. Madeline shows you to the boiler room and hands you a shovel. Feed this with coal. Give it a good 6 or 7 shovels. Wait, then watch the pressure gauge. You want the needle in the yellow and the closer to green, not in the red. The pressure release valve is busted. If it climbs too high, will explode. A set of 4 shot dice. Fill the gauge meter squares below with a marked cubes that are matching in numerical order. You may finesse the roll normally. No feats, effects, or wild dice may be used, so no wild dice. All numerically matching at the end of your set must be used. No matching squares can be skipped. If you're unable to match any square in order, fill all 4 squares. So we want to keep this towards green. We'll lock into nothing. Reroll these. Lock in that, and I think I... Okay, so just that one. Because I want to keep it towards green. I probably didn't need to re-roll each time, so... After 30 minutes of shoveling and monitoring the pressure gauge of death, you hear a large bang outside. You brace yourself, half expecting the boiler to explode. Thankfully, it doesn't. Then comes another loud crash. The boat jolts to one side, smacking you into the wall. You rush to the deck. Not good. Reveal the 3 258 cards. Reveal one of the 3 258 cards. Okay. Giant salmon. Unlocking in this one. I do have to roll the wild dice, which means I can re-roll one of these. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have... Okay, whatever. That's one hit. Okay, so one hit. And my second set... yeah, that's fine. And this one, discard one of these. I fail. I have nothing to spend, so I fail. This is my first true failure. Madeline checks over the boat for damage. My torch was knocked off. It helped keep an eye out for River Now at night. Can't we just camp on the shore till morning? We can't leave the boat anchored on, or the Now will destroy it. Easy pickings. I do not have a candle. Okay, so I'll just continue on. So that sounds bad. So I'm continuing on to 261. The accommodations aren't bad for a volatile steamboat on the Fritz. There's a cozy bed attached to the wall for you to curl up in. You slide into some warm, albeit dusty, blankets. Sadly, it's just not meant to be. The force of the sudden impact flings you out of bed and mashes you up against the opposite wall. You're sensing a pattern here. 262 through 270. Have to reveal all these? Okay. Oh, okay. New rules. River Squid instructions. Hildegard can only shoot either the right or left tentacles. If either tentacle is defeated, discard it. The right tentacle, left tentacle, and River Now have separated attacks. Treat as separate enemies. The steamboat hit meter functions as in the same way as Hildegard's hit meter. Block items may be used on the steamboat hit meter. What are block items? Lay these out. So we got left tentacles, steamboat, gauge, right tentacle, never not. Pressure gauge. While Hildegard shoots the deck, Madeline is operating the ship's cannon. In a one-player game, you will act as Hildegard and the cannon operator, both with their own sets. In a two-player game, the two roles will be split up. The operator will roll their loading set, hit accuracy of 4, then use whatever they can to fill the cannon meter. When the cannon meter is filled, they may immediately roll a firing set at the river Nia. So the cannon can hit that. This is performed the same way as a regular set. Hit accuracy, again, is 4. So Hildegard can only focus on the tentacles. Cannon can only hit the Nia set. Firing set inflicts mega bullseye on the river Nia. Only mega bullseyes can wound the river now. So only the cannon, it sounds like. The cannon operator cannot fire at the tentacles. Once Hildegard defeats both tentacles, she can help the cannon operator by rolling her set towards filling the cannon. Okay. No wild shot is rolled on the loading set, only the firing set. Okay. Positive effects in play do not carry over to the firing set. Feats cannot be used on the River Niao, only the right and left tentacle. Okay, I have no feats anyways. And cannon, so I can't use the wild dice to load the cannon, but I can for firing, but I only get one wild dice per turn. So even though I'm going to have like 2 actions, the loading and the Hildegard, I can only use 1 to wild die. Pressure gauge. Place a marker cube on the square that coincides with the gauge marker resulted on 256. So that goes here, which is... This is your pressure gauge level. Starting point during the face-off, Hildegard and the cannon operator may spend any bullseye combinations during a set to move the level one square up or down. If the right or left tentacle or the River Niao is just a steamboat by filling a hit square. Move the pressure gauge up 1 square. Any status effect applied occurs until the level changes. The face-off ends with when either the River Niao or steamboat is defeated. When this occurs, reveal the appropriate card. Okay, so basically, Hildegard will attack one of the tentacles, then the cannon will try to load. The cannon is full, it can fire. Then the Niao will attack. If it damages the boat, the pressure gauge goes up. I can always spend a bullseye component to lower the gauge. Raise or lower the gauge. Right now it's on graze, so I have a side effect, which is going to be no finesse on the next set. Not a huge deal. But I'm also cursed, so I get a flub on this encounter. -1 shot that on the set. So the first one, I'm getting 3 dice and a wild dice against the tentacle. Oh, I should have... No finesse, that's right. So I do get a successful hit. Then the cannon. 4 dice for the cannon. Boom, boom. Tentacle. Gets a hit. So that goes up. Oof. Well, technically, yes, that was an extra, so I could have blocked with one of those. That's right. Because I had an extra, I could have done a block, then removed the block. Okay. I haven't got the hit yet, though. Okay. Fine. Okay, now second one. Tentacle. Hit. So this goes up. And I can re-roll this one. Hit. Tries to hit. Gets nothing. It has to say that one. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so fail for that thing. Okay, so back to me. Curse is gone. I have no negative effects. So Hildegard first on the left tentacle. That I save. I can finesse now. Okay, there's a successful. Save that because I can use that for a block. So I can either block or lower the gauge. I will do a block. I'll use one of these. Okay. And then I roll this. So I'll get 2 hits. Kill this tentacle. Okay. Cannon. 4 dice. Okay, I will save one of these. Okay. Okay, so I'll spend one of... I can spend 2 of those. Oh, it has to be a bullseye combination. So no, I cannot. I didn't get a bullseye combination. Which is bad. Okay. Tentacle gets nothing. Can re-roll one of these. Okay, now. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Let's see, one of those. Okay, it gets nothing. So I got lucky. Go back to Hildegard. 1. One hit. Two hits, so I can take out... No, it needs 3 to take out that tentacle. So 2 hits against this tentacle. Then cannon. I will try to fire. Or try to load, rather. Nothing useful. Except for that, I can use to lower the gauge. So I might do that. Okay. Technically, I can roll this one. Okay. Then I can reroll that one. So I lower the gauge. Now we're back to the tentacle. Tentacle knocks this out, and that's it. No, nothing but that one. That one. Nothing. Been getting lucky. Back to. Roll that, that's con. So that is yeah. I will save that. Ooh, nice. I get an extra hit, but I don't think I can transfer it. So that's knocked out. I can lower this, which means I get no finesses again, but that's alright. So now the cannon shot. Do get that. No finesses though. Okay, so that's 1. Okay. So they got 2 hits on the ship. So this goes up twice. Okay. Back to Hildegard, who can now help load the cannon. So I immediately roll a firing set. And I can use this for that firing set. But okay, so that's hit. I will reroll these two. And I will reroll this one. And I roll this one. I can change this to that. I'll lower this down and do 1 damage. Okay, so now it's back to the cannon. Madeline, trying to load this cannon. Okay, so that's 2 of these. Okay, I'll save that one. Okay, so I don't manage to load it again, but I do have a part I can use to get a block on. Now it's back to the... No. Still don't get what they need. Reroll this one. They do. So now they have 2 hits. So this goes back up 2. Oh no. That's not true. They only got the 1 hit. They knocked out my shield, so that doesn't go up. Okay. Back to Hildegard. She can't use the wild dice because she's loading. I rerolled those in case I could get a thing to lower my pressure gauge, which I didn't. But I filled the cannon. Cannon immediately fires. Either of those can be good, so I roll this. Reroll these 2. So that's 1. I can reroll that. 2. 3. So I could kill it now, or I can just lower this and do 2 damage only, so that hopefully I can win with it in the green. I think that was Hildegard, so I think we're back onto Madeline's turn. Okay, that is useful, so that goes on. Okay, that's another one. Nothing? Nothing. Okay, so I get 2 of those on. Now we're back to the Nyal with their 3 dice. Okay, that is a hit. And that is a hit. Not good. So 2 hits. So this goes up twice. Maybe I should have knocked them out, but that's alright. Okay, so 4 dice for Hildegard. That's nothing useful, but I could always use this to lower the... Yeah, I'll save those 2. Okay, I'll lower this twice. And then we're on to Madeline. So it's 1. Okay, so I got everything I need to fire the cannon again. Let's fire the cannon. Okay, so that's useful, potentially useful, that's potentially useful. Okay, there's my last hit. So, boom, boom. Now is defeated. And I get 275. Hopefully I did everything right there. It was a little confusing. The rules weren't as clear as they could be. You watch a colossal beast slacken, then sink into the river. The current pulls its withering tentacles into the unforgiving river depths. But just before it's been swallowed completely, it lashes out for a last attack. A tentacle wraps itself around the boat hull. You hear the vessel groan, and its core buckles. We're leaving, Madeline leads you to a small, questionable raft. You leap on as she cuts the rope, suspending it above the river. The raft splashes into the rapids, and you're swept downstream. Okay, so I'm starting to get the feeling it's like the results, some of these results, like this one, it's kind of the same regardless of what happens. Discard any moment with Madeline or the torch saved. But we're into chapter 4 now. But yeah, there's a lot of things that didn't happen, that could have happened. You know, and like that tavern had a huge chunk of deck that I only saw 2 cards out of. And I didn't even go to the Crow Society, which had a decent size, quite a few cards in it. But yeah, that's end of chapter 3. We'll be continuing on with chapter 4 in the next and potentially final episode.